Hi, Michael Gaffney here with my invention, Flower Crazy. I invented this a few years ago. I was sitting home thinking I should be on QVC, and I thought, what would I be on QVC for? And I thought, what's the worst product container to design in the flower industry? I am the owner of American School of Flower Designs. I have schools in 15 cities and also 3 in Europe, Paris, London, and Rome. I design flowers for a living. I used to work on Wall Street. I was very unhappy. I drove a truck for a flower shop, and I learned from the great masters, and I'm teaching you how to do it like I do. Even I can do this. And I also have 3 books out on design. I have inventions on flowers. I'm flower crazy myself. I also have Michael's Flower Garden that sent us these gorgeous flowers today. This box is around $100. I requested flowers online from other companies. I got a bouquet about this big in a little box for $85, $95. This averages around 100. There's about 12 bunches of flowers in there. It's unbelievable. So I'm going to get the flowers from Michael's Flower Garden, and I'm going to show you how easy Flower Crazy is. It'll drive you crazy. It's so easy. Do we have a cube or a cylinder? Which one do you want to do? Cylinder or cube? They both work as well. The cylinder seems to be popping open, so we're going to do this. It comes up, shipped to you. You're going to open it up. And here's what comes inside of Flower Crazy. You get different lids that are architecturally beveled to hold your flowers in perfect position. That is the secret of Flower Crazy. You also get a lid or a cube or a cylinder, and you also get there's a recipe book that gives you all the different recipes that you could do for your Flower Crazy. So we're going to take our cylinder today, and I'm going to pour a little water in it. When you get your flowers, the first thing you should do from Michael's Flower Garden is to pop them in warm water and let them sit for an hour and a half. So you take your flowers like this, leave them in the package and cut them and drop them stem down into water for an hour and a half. On other videos you'll see on here, I teach you how to get your flowers to last for 3 to 4 weeks, not 5 days, which is what Americans do. So here's your recipe book. It shows you the flowers you can choose from to create recipes following my designs, or you can do your own. This one everybody loves. That's another good one. The hydrangea ball couldn't be easier. All done with Flower Crazy. So today we're going to pick one and I'm going to demonstrate. These are on sale. They were $26.99 I think on QVC. They're $19.99. You get both a cube and a cylinder on my website. So there's 3 different lids, and you kind of decide, are you using small and big flowers, medium flowers, or little flowers? This would be like for baby's breath and fillers and little tea roses. This one would be for irises, smaller roses, greenery, and this one would be for hydrangeas, big roses. So you just sort of pick one. All 3 of them work equally well. I'm going to go with, let's see. Look at what I'm working with. I'm going to go with the big one because there's some stock that has some hardy stems. So you're going to just set that on the cylinder or the cube, and here you go. Now, I've been telling you that this arrangement is going to be done in 5 minutes. This is the perfect thing if you're doing a party, you're doing your own wedding, is to buy one for every table. You have a wedding, buy 25 of these, they're on sale. And buy your flowers from Michael's Flower Garden. You can do what would be a $150 centerpiece for probably $40, $50, $60 max. So there. These are the simplest things. You can come to my schools, you can watch my videos, you can take online classes, but if you really, really just want pretty flowers and you don't even want to study, just get Flower Crazy. Let me tell you a story at QVC. I took it to QVC, and I went like this. They said, we don't like most products. I said, that's okay. What do we do with it? I said, cut all your flowers one length. That's the other secret of Flower Crazy, one length. And stick them in the holes. They said, what? I said, stick them in the holes. And in minutes, they had this beautiful arrangement. I said, get Derek, the driver who drove me here, the least likely guy you'd ever expect to make a flower arrangement. Get him over here. I said, Derek, stick them in the hole. What? I said, stick them in the hole. Derek made a perfect flower arrangement in a minute. So this is going to be your 5-minute flower design. Again, Flower Crazies, you can find them at Flower School 101, flowercrazybymichael.com, and order one for each of your tables if you're doing a party or wedding, or if you're just at home and you always want beautiful flowers without thinking about it. Order a box at Michael's Flower Garden, and there you go. It works really well. In fact, I made one myself the other day, and afterwards I thought, gee, this thing works well. Of course, I admit it. So these roses just came in. They're not even clean. I'm going to chop them all one length. Here's the secret of Flower Crazy, about 9 inches long. I'm going to snip through them like that, removing all that bottom stem, which I don't even have to clean. I'm going to take each flower like this. Maybe cut an inch off, maybe about 8. Yeah, that's about 9 inches right there. And I'm going to stick it through the hole. That's as easy as it is. I'm going to take another rose, snip it off, clean it off a little bit, stick it through the hole. So I'm going to do a mixed arrangement, I think, today using Flower Crazy of roses and stock and maybe a filler. Clean it off, stick it through the hole. Do you see how the beveled holes are holding all those flowers in perfect position, right where you want them to be? You can choose a big hole or one of the smaller holes. It's pretty already. Flower Crazy makes flower designing so simple. I always said my job is based on science, math, and architecture. This one is architecture. The secret is the distance from here to here is the same from here to there. That's why they all line up in perfect position. So, I'm at about a minute of design time. Here comes your 5-minute flower design. I'm actually working slower than I normally would. Cleaning off these stems, finding a hole, and setting in there. Now, let's switch to our white stock. Again, you're going to just clip it. It's pretty like that. I could add a little filler and be done. That would be a 3-minute design for your wedding tables. But I'm going to take a little bit of stock. I love white stock. Again, or maybe changing my mind. It's my prerogative to change my mind. I'm going to do some fillers. I like this. We'll use the white stock in the next one. This is called Wax Flower from Michael's Flower Garden. Again, Michael's Flower Garden, fresh flowers FedEx overnight. I'm going to take a little wax flower and I'm going to find the hole and see how it positions everything so beautifully. Holding it right in place where it should be. No, we never tape across our vase. It's just not done. I know you see that in a lot of videos where they crisscross tape. It doesn't do as well as this at all because you're not beveling the holes. You need to get Flower Crazy if you want perfect flowers every time. So I'm adding some wax flour in there, just filling up those holes. And next I'm going to add some Lepto, one of my favorite items. Isn't this pretty? It came in my box from Michael's Flower Garden. Lepto. I'm going to add a little Lepto into this design. Lepto's not available all the time, so order it now from Michael's Flower Garden. I pick the greatest flowers every week to add to your box. So you might get Lepto one week, the next week you'll get lots of wax flower, stock, tulips, who knows. I pick out the finest flowers every week and give them a recipe on what to fill. There's also tutorials you can watch that'll explain how I'm doing all of these. So rotating it around, it's getting pretty already. And look, you can still have enough wiggle room where you can feel like the designer by playing with them. So Flower Crazy, it gives you a little bit of leeway. So you can feel like you're designing flowers. You're actually designing them because it does most of the work for you, but it still allows you to play with them a little bit, to wiggle them around. See, I want that one up a little bit, that one down a little bit, like that. I'm gonna add a few more roses and I'm gonna finish it off with some greenery. I'm running at about 2.5 minutes now for my beautiful design. Flower Crazy makes perfect flowers every time. Find a hole. I have plenty of holes left to work with if I want to add more flowers. Ooh, how about some grevillea? Another favorite item of mine, grevillea. It's a newer green on the market and one of my favorites. So I'm going to add some grevillea to this design. So if you had a wedding, you could do one of these in about 5 minutes. You could do your whole 20 arrangements in a couple hours. You slow down as you get going a little bit. So you could do these all in about an hour, have them ready for your wedding. Nothing to it. Flower Crazy works every time. And put them in a cool room. You don't need a cooler. You need a air-conditioned room to place your. See how it angles the flowers sideways? That's what the professionals do, which the amateurs don't do. You don't have your flowers going lower. It's in my books. Lower deck, upper deck, penthouse. So filling my bouquets, shifting them around, pulling them up, pulling them down, right there. Adding some more grevillea. Flower Crazy makes perfect flowers every time. And the last thing I'm going to do, I still have about 10 more holes I could fill in there, is I'm going to do some, I think a little bit of hypericum berry around the edges. Here, this also came from Michael's Flower Garden today. Fresh out of the field. I got a couple more roses. Fresh out of the fields, California farms. Shipped to you, FedEx overnight. Flower Crazy at michaelsflowergarden.com or flowerschool101.com. A couple more roses and a little bit of hypericum berry. Again, everything's cut the same length. There's no guessing. You just take these and look at that. Right there, same length. Pull a little bit of these stems off, and that's why Flower Crazy works so quick. Oop. Making it harder on myself. So I'm adding a little bit of hypericum berry around the edge. Like that, like this, and like that. I am now approaching about 4 minutes, I think, in time. I don't have my stopwatch on, but that's my guess. My internal clock, because when you're a florist, you're always guessing the time. I think a dabble more grevillea, and I'm done. This would be for, you can give this to your mother for Mother's Day. You can give it to your girlfriend for Valentine's Day. And if you go to Michael's Flower Garden, you can say, honey, I did it myself. Flower Garden and Flower Crazy. I am Flower Crazy. I've been working with flowers for over 25 years. I lecture on design all over the world in museums and television shows. You've probably seen me on Hallmark Channel, where I do a lot of episodes on designing flowers. So you have a mixed rose bouquet. We've got waxflower, grevillea, and hypericum berries. They all came in my box today from michaelsflowergarden.com. Now here comes the artist part. You just adjust, you tweak, you change things, a few little things around that you want. And there it is, under 5 minutes. I'm going to bring it up close. Perfect design. Mixed foliage, wax flower, those beautiful pink roses. And in every box from Michael's Flower, see, I can adjust a little. I want them all on that surface. On Michael's Flower Garden, you get a little bottle of spray. That is my secret formula. You're going to spray these. It's going to seal the surface, and they're going to last for weeks instead of 5 days. These are on sale. If you buy them in bulk, you get even a better price. If you're going to order 20 of them for your wedding, then you can say, and I did them myself. Again, the recipe book is going to provide you with many different styles to design from. There's a little kind of what I did, only I added some other flowers. There's a popular one. You can see a video of me doing this one on YouTube. Here's a really inexpensive, let's see. Here's a mixed flower design, which I like a lot. For a garden party, a birthday party. Everyone has a formula that tells you what lid. Here's a contemporary one. I'm going to do this one next. More of a contemporary look. So it doesn't have to all be round designs. You can do contemporary flowers as well with your Flower Crazy. So flower designs in 5 minutes. What couldn't be easier? What couldn't be better? What couldn't be prettier? I'm Michael Gaffney telling you can go to flowerschool101.com. And here, this is called threading. I tend to pull things down a little bit through my design. It opens up your design so it looks more like a flower arrangement. You can go to flowerschool101.com. You can go to Flower Crazy by Michael if you need bulk order, call me. I'll talk to you myself. I answer the phone. People are always surprised I answer the phone. Where else can you go? You can go to Michael's Flower Garden to order huge amounts of flowers, FedEx to you overnight, like this. Look at, we've got, for our next design I'm going to do, we've got magnolia, we've got more lepto to use, we've got beautiful orange lilies, we've got beautiful Italian eucalyptus and Asiatic lilies, all in one big box for a fraction of what other online florists are charging you. Why? Because I know the farmers. I've been buying flowers from them for years. And they give me special deals. And I'm also part of the Southern California promotional through FedEx. So I get huge discounts on FedEx. A simple box overnight, which is why nobody does it, is about $240. For me, I can get them to you for less than $50. So that is the only way to do it. That's why when you order from other companies, your flowers are dead in 3 days. I did a tutorial, you can watch that too on YouTube, of companies that I ordered flowers from, and they were all dead in a few days. Why? Because they're spending way too long unchilled on hot FedEx and trains, boats, and buses coming from foreign countries, Ecuador, Colombia. You need your flowers sent from California overnight. And if you knew how to design flowers and they lasted for weeks, wouldn't you buy more flowers? Yes, you would. I have a friend who I come to her house and she says, since you taught me those tricks, which are in another video about how to get these to last for weeks, she said, I got to shoot them to get rid of them. They seem to last forever. So Flower Crazy by Michael and Flower Garden by Michael will get you to here in 5 minutes. Any other questions, just call or email. Of course, subscribe below. I'm going to teach you how to design. I'm going to teach you how to love flowers. I'm going to teach you how to make flowers that move people, make them forgive, forget, fall in love, remember. That's what a good flower design does. So here's your starter sample today. Stick around. I'm going to do another video, a more contemporary one. Michael Gaffney telling you to keep blooming.